Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Darkest Dungeon, Strategy and Tactics Episode 18, I think. So today, and tomorrow actually, we're going to have some interesting missions ahead of us. We're going to be going after some back-to-back boss attempts. Now, I say boss attempts because, well, this first attempt, I'm a little bit less confident in our ability. Namely because we are going to be using our straggler team here, many of whom are level 1. You know, this is a level 1 team. The team I have assembled here is our friend here, Dennis, who is the only level 2 on the team. And then these other three are Bounty Hunter, our brand new Houndsmaster, and our brand new, well, not brand new, but our LRs here. They're all level 1s, and that can be problematic. But let me just make sure everybody's skills are upgraded to where they need to. Oh yeah, I'm also really short on money, so I can't upgrade everything that I need to. So I've had to cut corners here just a little bit. And yeah, I can't get to level 2s with them. Burr is all set, and Mr. Houndmaster. Ooh, Mr. Houndmaster needs new skills. I'm gonna have to probably sell stuff. Yeah, let's see. We want Hound's Rush. We want Target Whistle. We're gonna want Lick Wounds. Cry Havoc? Maybe. Although the Cove, which is where these guys are going to be going, is not that heavily thing. I'm going to need more money just for embarkation supplies. Let me just make sure everyone's fresh at the blacksmith here. Yep, he's good. Auber's good. Ellers is good, and Dennis is very good. So Dennis, we've got our level 2 stuff here. So Dennis might be a bit of a carry here for us. Now let us go to the embark screen here so we can trinket up. I'm doing this on screen because a lot of the feedback you guys have given me are basically saying, Pinstar, slow down, explain more, go into more detail. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I had recorded out 17 episodes before I got that feedback, so that's why you haven't seen me change my videos until now, but that is what I will be doing. Alright, so for Dennis here, now one very important thing to note about the Siren, which is who we're going to be sending this team against, is that her charm skill, which is basically it pulls a hero to her side, fights for her for a little while, and then dumps her out in the back row when she's done with them. Now, I am accounting, I mean, that's probably going to happen to one of our people here, but I really don't want it to happen to Dennis. Not only is he the hardest hitting person on the team, but when she's done with him, she'll dump him out in the back, and he can't do squat back there. So, we're going to do something to sort of guard against that, and that is this debuff charm. Now, this may seem kind of specific, but her luring somebody is resistible, and it is considered a debuff. So if you've got somebody who, when you're fighting the Siren, that you really don't want to, try to load them up with a debuff defense. Now, unfortunately, this is the only form of debuff defense I have. So we're going to have to make do with that. As far as that, yeah, I'm thinking heavy boots, maybe the tough ring. I might take the tough ring. But then again, I also want him to hit. So this stress damage, well, his dodge is back up there. So you know what? I hate not giving him accuracy though, because I don't have my jester in the party here to boost him up. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. Also, you may be asking, Pinstar, why aren't you taking Glued to the Pew here, since he's technically part of that? Well, the problem with Glued to the Pew is, well, he has a defensive skill, and if he gets lured by the Siren, he could make things really problematic for us. So I am opting to swap our main power hitters here instead. So that is my plan here. So let's see, accuracy and melee skills. I'll take this one to, yeah, it's going to hurt his dodge, but whatever. Alright, so this guy, he is going to be our main damage outputter. So he can have the warrior's cap. No sense in not giving him that. He doesn't do bleeds or what have yous. We could give you, we can give you the Book of Intuition here. You don't need to. Actually, I want you to go slower because I want our other two markers to go before you. So that works out nicely there. Our Houndmaster, he does do bleed, so he's going to get a bleed stone. He also has a decent that, so he's going to get our survival guide because I do want those scouts, always handy. And then lastly, our Arbalest, who's going to be our main and only healer, is going to get the healing charm here. And then for your other thing, heavy boots. No, I don't want you to have low speed. Well, you already have low speed, but you don't need any lower speed. Although that's going to lower your speed too. Pretty much everything I have here that might be useful for her is going to lower her speed, so I'm going to have to deal with that. A little extra prot here, and lack of movement might not, yeah, because she doesn't like the other row, so yeah, we'll give her that. She's not necessarily our tank, but the resistance to movement is definitely be good. Yeah, 90% movement resistance. Although I don't think anyone really pulls in this mission. So let me just reconsider real quick. I could go for just pure prot and take on the extra stress damage, but that could be problematic. Health stone, that's it's also... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the extra prot because it doesn't hurt her speed. Alright, there we go. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't help that she has slow reflexes. Okay, that is everything. Let's see if we can provision this run on 900 gold. If not, I'm going to have to sell another trinket. Thankfully, we get a lot of freebies, but we're going to get plenty of food, and yeah, I need to go sell another trinket. Poop. I didn't want to have to keep selling trinkets here. I like the lock of patience on that. The dodgy sheath's fine. Trap, disarm, dodge. Yeah, those are both good. Health stone's good. I'll get rid of this diseased herb. It's useful, but not that useful. Also, I don't need 2 bleed stones, so we will sell one of them since we're using the other one. That should give me enough money to embark properly. Okay. Food. Shovel. Key. 2 keys. Stacko torches. Extra stack of food. Wow, we're just going to come right down to the wire here, aren't we? Sheesh. And we'll have 75... No. You know what? Screw that. Actually, we're going to take one less skeleton key, because I want a holy water. A holy water is going to be useful as well during the Siren fight, and I'll show you more and tell you more about it and why later. Alright, 125, everything else too expensive. Let's embark.
My lofty position wasn't always accompanied by the fear of office. And there was a time when I could walk the streets or raise a glass in the tavern without concern for molestation. Faithful as the tide, one precocious village waif made it her hobby to shadow my every errand. It was charming then, troublesome later.
All right.
I always wondered what became of the unfortunate little waif.
I'm thinking she's right here, given the distances involved here, which allows us to skip a few rooms. I would have actually liked to have had another map that was set up like our hag fight map, and skip a whole butt ton of rooms, because, yeah, the Cove has a way of inflicting a lot of damage on you. But we take what we can get. And that was almost a bad start to things. literally the first square of the dungeon. It's like, you know, oh, we're going to try and get you. Alright, bandage. That's not bad. I'm going to keep things in the upper levels of light. Hi there. That's not good. What's the buff? Damage, accuracy, crit for 3 rounds. That is problematic. We're going to want to get this guy stunned. Do I not have any stuns? I don't think I have any stuns. Poop. Well, you know what? Let's just try and kill this guy. We're going to mark him. That's going to drop his prot. And we're going to collect some bounty. Bam! Let's see if I can't kill him with my, dang it. Oh. Well, that's going to give him more prot, unfortunately. Well, actually, if I shoot the deep stinger, that'll actually hit him. And let's go for the hew. Alright, well, at least he didn't get to attack us with all that. Yeah, I did not want him acting with that buff on there, because that would inflict too much damage. And we have to be very aware of our damage intake, because we do not have a full-powered dedicated healer. Alright, dodge. Does anyone have... No one has prot. It's all dodge-based stuff. Now, the target whistle for the Houndmaster is great against wearing down prot specific minions, but since these guys don't have prot, I'm not going to waste his action on doing that. Now, hitting a target with just a Hound's Rush with their all full health here, don't think that's going to take anyone down. So in here, the best thing would be a Lick Wound since he's injured, keeping up on our healing. Okay, now you have, well, that's also a prot thing. Her mark is the one that cuts our accuracy here. Let's go do a come hither to screw with the shaman here. There we go. Alright, now her mark, hers is the one that has serious nerf to dodge, and these guys all have honey bunches of dodge. The biggest offender being... Well, we want to get this Pelagic Spearfisher. And let's see if we can't chop the shaman. There we go.
As the enemy crumbles.
Good avoidance there. Yeah, these guys, these fish guys right here have a lot of damage output. So usually I'd go for the deep stinger here, but we want to get rid of this. And luckily she gets to go, which means her sniper shot is boosted for both damage and crit. And his dodge is now floored at 0. Whoa! Big crit!
Maintain the offensive.
And that, my friends, is how you do it. Let us mark you for death, because that's going to cut your dodge a little bit. Yeah, we have to do a purge, just to clear the corpses here. And now that he has a mark, we can send the dog. Boom!
The onslaught. Destroy them all.
Alright, I'm happy with how this fight went in terms of keeping the damage low on us. We've got ourselves a chest. Let us pop that baby open with a key. Nice. Lots of heirlooms. Alright. Alright, this you crack open with it. I'm not going to use both my shovels. I will use this one. But, yeah. We're going to keep one in case we hit a... Wow, those things really like her. Ah! This is not what I wanted to avoid damage. These guys are honey bunches of damage, and there's 3 of them. Crap. Okay, well... And, yeah, well, we're going to go for a Hound's Rush. It's not going to kill someone. Dang it, I was hoping to kill someone before they got to act. Alright, yeah, we're gonna stay on top of healing here. I'm gonna try and... Oh, why'd you waste that on the wounded guy? Alright, we are... What does Chop do, potentially? Chop has a decent chance to kill them in one shot, so we're going to do that. Nice. I went after the front guy because leaving the back guy alive will give her the option to shoot him should that be her turn order, although she's probably going to do more bandaging. Alright, more hounds. Nice. I'm not going to let him act. Nice. That's better. Okay. That could have gone a lot worse.
Resistance.
That could have got a lot worse for 3 of those guys. Alright. Not comfortable going low light in the cove when we're trying to preserve our strength here, so we're going to keep it nice and high. Well, at least we have ways to deal with all the prot here. And, yeah, looks like we're back on healing duty. Our Houndmaster's the one getting stressed here. What are you at? 4 down. That's wastes 2 points of it. Well, no, we need you to start whistling. And, yeah, let's collect. Actually, you know what? We'll collect you in a minute. Punch you.
Executed.
Sending him to the back makes him do a little bit less damage. And also prevents him from attacking. Alright, well actually this works. Well, no, I'm going to do more bandaging. Nice. Okay, yeah, we're going to focus on single target here. Unfortunately, because of that barnacle barrier, he got even more prot. But I still want to burn him down, and this is the most efficient way to do it. Ah, no! Oh god, thank goodness, that was only 7-point heal. That could have been really awful. Hound's Rush. You know what? We're going to pop a doggy treat. Because I want this Hound's Rush to have more bite to it. Pun intended. Ah! Bleed, 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 bleed. Yes! Okay, he's dead in the water. More healing. Down he goes.
5 inches.
That's unhelpful. We're going to try and stun him. Actually, no, we're going to try and murder the shaman. There we go. Because the shaman has low enough hit points that we can get away with that. Alright, I'm going to try and stun him, because stunning him will remove his buff. So we're going to try and stun him. Gotcha! Well, no, it didn't remove his buff, but now we can take a shot at the grouper. What's this, 5 to 11? We have a decent chance. Got him! And, yeah, let's whistle you. Get your prot down. Still, whole butt ton of prot. That buff is just nasty. There we go. Wow, I'm already running out of inventory. What can we get rid of? We'll get rid of these herbs. Fish idol, eh? What does the fish idol say? According to my charts here, it gives, if we give it holy water, we'll get a damage buff. Now that being said, you know what? Actually, I might go for that and give it to Auber here, because his damage output with all these marks flying around is already sick. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Nice. And I have a theory. What happens if I feed you some food? Because he's got this heals received buff. There. That works out nicely. Well, I already know what direction I'm going, but at the very least... Ooh! Big Scout. Good. Actually, no, you know what? We're gonna go snag a couple curios while we're here. I shouldn't have ditched the herbs. Well, we can get another torch out of the deal. Who's got good blight resist? 40%, 50%, 60%, 40%. All right, we're gonna have him take the fish. Phew. Okay. Now that we've pinched those two, we can go proceed. Hey, keeping our torch count nice and high. You are our trap disarmer. Yes, we've got the food to eat. And you needed the stress reduction, too. So that was rather good. I'm going to let the torch burn down here since we know we don't have a fight on the way. And we've got 2 curios coming up. Not bad, not bad. Not so much with the anti-venom. Alright, now here's a little tip here. If you want scouting and you're going to kick up the torch anyway, kick it up before you look at your map, because as soon as you check your map is when it uses your torchlight's level to determine whether or not you get a scout. So we're going to kick it up to full. Alright, no scout, but you know, it increased our odds even though we didn't get it. But now that we don't know if there's fights along here anyway, we're going to be wanting to run. Wow, again. I'm okay with it going like that in here, but yeah. We're going to camp in this room regardless. Ah, dang it, someone finally got hit with that thing. And then she's going to have that debuff going into the boss battle, unfortunately. Oh boy. Oh no. I know who has to die first. It's gonna be that guy. Because these guys have high damage output without having all their stuff buffed. Ah. Ow. I mean, thank you for hitting the guy with a lot of hit points. I wish we had a thing on him. Well, we're just gonna hit him normally. If we go for the hue, yeah, boom! Do some frontward damage, and then, yeah, we're going to take him up before the shaman gets a chance to heal him. And you have a lot of dodge. We're going to do something about that. We're going to be camping soon, so this stress is not the worst thing in the world. Unfortunately, well, we can come hither him. I don't want to take him out of range of our archer, so we're going to come hither the shaman. Because we can hounds harry him. Oh, big crit! And now we can just chop him. Actually, because she can act, we're going to self-heal with his turn. Because her shot's ultimately more accurate. And crit nasty. Wow. Many crits.
A trifling victory.
We're gonna abandon this blight charm. Eerie coral. I don't think we have the things to deal with it properly, so I'm not going to touch it. Okay. Alright, well, we don't get the scout, but I have a feeling it's going to be this anyway, so let's camp.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet
Do I want to? I do want to. Because I want that stress reduction. But if I'm wrong about that, then, well, we might get dinged with hunger. Because we got one more hallway. It could proc. It could proc. And we'll have things to... So we'll just do it. We'll eat full meal. Alright, so let's see. Do we have, first and foremost, do we have... Hound's Watch will prevent a nighttime ambush. Let's see who has the... Because I always want to have that. Yeah, we're going to want to... Alright, so we're going to Hound's Watch. Alright, so no ambushes. Ooh, I like Reflection on him. That accuracy buff is huge. 25% damage versus size 2. That would be the Siren. She is a size 2. So that might combine with your... Oh wait, no, his buff goes away when he camps. Let's see here. Field dressing, marching plan. Nah. Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna do a planned takedown. I think that is what we're going to do here. And nobody has a one thing here, so we'll rest. So he is going to really be our damage out. I mean, we have the chance, depending on... And actually, his buff against size 2 is good, because if she charms him, then he doesn't get a buff against us, because we're all size 1. So that's actually really good, whereas straight up buffing accuracy and crit, well, if she charms him, that's going to be more painful for us. Alright, no battles in this hallway, please. S'il vous plaît. I'll come back for you in case, once I confirm there's no barrier here. Alright, good. Yeah, I'll come back for you if I survive. Alright. Here's our food. Alright, folks. I should have kicked my torch up.
The aquatic devils have remade the poor girl in their image.
Okay. So she's going to attract him over.
Slave.
Yeah, we want to stun him. That's what we want to do. Or try to stun him. Alright, let's see. She has dodge. She does not have prot, so we want to put her mark so we don't get any dodges out of her. Oh, or not. That's not good. Well, we're gonna try and do a knockback 3 on you, dude. There we go. Okay, yeah, because she shrugged off that, she shrugged off that debuff, and she shrugged off the mark, too. Oh, well, that's fine. He doesn't have any prot. Alright, now we can start doing some damage to her. Boom!
Quakes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's not good. Of course he comes back. And she's gonna... That's crappy of all heck. We gotta stun him, but what is he gonna do? Stress heal. Yeah, stress heal the monsters. This is an unfortunate. Man, we'll go for the chop. It's exactly what he wants to do. Yes, these bleed dots are starting to add up. Yeah, we'll mark him. Because we gotta kill him. Whoops. At least it lets us do more damage. Alright, what are you gonna do? Nah, don't. You'd think the dog wouldn't listen to her. Alright, yep. Yeah, finally! Freaking finally. And of course she goes after him again. Oh, thank goodness! Nice! Let us do some damage. Let us do some damage! That's not enough damage. I don't care if that sticks around. Have a doggy treat. Can you murder this thing in one shot? 8 to 12. Yes, you can murder that thing in one shot. Let's try again with the mark. Dang it! She's really good at resisting. Oh, he gets to go before she desires again. Boom! And of course she takes him, but that's okay, he already acted. And I can still chop her. No, we shouldn't run. Ah, dag nabbit. She's out of position. Ah, good, she's got some bleeds on her. Yeah. Alright, we gotta try and burn her down. Can I get a turn, please? Okay, no, I'm just gonna shoot her. Gotcha!
Vile queen of the aquatic depths. She has no place in the sane world.
Now we just gotta take this guy down, and we're good. That way he doesn't do any of this nonsense. We'll rearrange the party later. Oh, for Pete's sake. Just kill him already. Phew!
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Okay, well, that went very well. Let's go back and get that chest. Snuff our torch here.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
And our final reward for that. Ooh, not bad. We will get rid of these bandages. I'd rather have these pieces of paper than those pieces of paper. All right, folks, that went well. This team's going to need a stress rest, though. And look at this. Our focus ring here is going to be our leper's best friend when he once he recovers from his stress here. Lots of money. Needed that money. We can finally get our other team here properly kitted out and upgraded and ready and supplied and all that good stuff without selling more trinkets. Yes. Let's see what we got here. Soft. Well, these guys want to go after the wheel. I don't like that soft, though. Wow, you're still not, you're still only level 1. That is impressive. But the rest of the team did quite well. And actually, this team can be, this team can be a Lobby Runners team here. Once I get them de-stressed and everything.
The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
All right. So in our next episode, we're going to take on the Swine Prince, the last of the first wave of the level 1 bosses. There's a lot of bosses to take down, but we're knocking them down. We are knocking them down left and right. So I hope you guys liked this. If you did, leave a comment and let me know. Pinstar out. See ya.